What is up, my peoples? How are we today? Sammy, who's here? Who's in here? Hey, Rook. How are you? Yeah, it'll only take you 1 minute longer to eat, Sammy. Hilarious. Okay, let's make some brunch. I'm hungry, for sure. So, menu today. Porchetta hash. So, I'm trying to clear out the freezer a little bit. That is something that I like to do during the winter, so we kind of stock it up and then use it all up and then refill it kind of come spring, summer with fresh stuff. So I pulled some porchetta from the freezer. It's kind of chopped up already, so I think we're just gonna end up frying it in a pan to crisp it up, get it nice and tasty. And then our hash browns are going to be made out of baby potatoes. And I think the trick to get those really crispy, because we're not deep frying today, we're gonna bake the potatoes or roast them, is we're gonna parboil the potatoes with salty water. Maybe throw in a little bit of aromatics. You can throw in some dried herbs or spices. And then we cut them in half, dress them with oil, maybe season them a little bit more again, and then into a nice hot oven to start crisping it up. And then we're also gonna blister some tomatoes. So once again, hot oven, we'll dress our cherry tomatoes with some oil, salt, and pepper and roast them up. And we're just gonna use a little bit of fresh mustard greens from the garden for just a little bit, I guess, contrast. Something fresh and bright and juicy and green, because usually brunch stuff is pretty heavy. And especially porchetta, it can be like very overwhelming to your palate with all of the fat that is inside. So you really need to cut that with something crunchy and juicy, like a mustard green, or you could even do some kale if you wanted. And then to bring this all together, we're going to make a Mornay sauce. So a spicy asiago cheese sauce. So we have to make the base, which is a bechamel, and then we're gonna whisk in the asiago, and we're just gonna slice up a little bit of fresh chili, red chili, and fold that into there at the end. And I think that'll be really good on top. So that's the plan for today. And then today is also National Carrot Cake Day. So we are gonna make a carrot cake today, but we're not gonna decorate it until tomorrow because it has to cool. You can't just bake the cake and then go right into decorating it, because the frosting is just gonna melt and it's gonna get messy. So we'll decorate it tomorrow on stream instead, but we'll make the cake today together. I know we won't even get to eat the carrot cake on National Carrot Cake Day. Sad times. Sammy wanted me to show off his beers to you guys. What is TWA dogs? Twa dogs? Have you ever heard of this brewery before?
No, so I picked it up.
Caledonian Distillery.
TWA?
TWA. New brewery, guys.
It's not.
Chili chocolate milk stout. You know what this is gonna be good with is our fish tacos, I think.
It's just on the highway by the bottle depot.
And then our other beer. Okay, same brewery. Interesting.
Yeah.
Melody Raspberry Kolsch. That's a lighter beer. These sound really good. Put those away. And then Sammy also picked up some new cooking wine. Woo! We're getting saucy. Saucy today. out, guys. Let's start this. Let's do this. We got potatoes. Here is the pesto as well. That was pre-made. I had this in the freezer as well. We're gonna toss the crispy potatoes in the pesto once they're done. But we'll put that in the fridge for now. We have our porchetta. We have just a couple of small tomatoes left here. Maybe we'll bump it up with one larger one. And here's our mustard greens. Hey, anchovy. How are ya? Welcome in. Okay, so I think order of prep. Gotta get these potatoes boiling. And then we should start to make our bechamel sauce. That's gonna be the base for our cheese sauce. You just made pancakes with the recipe I gave you. So good, that's amazing. I'm glad they turned out. Did they get really fluffy for you as well? That makes me so happy. Okay, so first things first, I think we're gonna boil these baby potatoes whole. And then after they're cooked, we'll slice them in half. And that way they won't fall apart as much, I think. Hello, Vune. How are you? Welcome in. We have a nice medley of colored potatoes. And I think I'm just gonna measure out like 2 cups worth. Maybe a little bit more. 2.5 cups. Nothing wrong with extra hash browns. And let's do that. Okay, so now, I know this looks really hard, guys. We're just going to cover the potatoes with cold water. Keep that in mind. And that way they really won't fall apart on us. But first, I'm gonna put some salt in here as well. You've gotta season your water. Measure cups of potatoes. Yeah, just a little throw it in for good measure. Exactly, Vune. It's like, usually when you think it's enough, it's never enough. I've learned this way too many times the hard way. So, might as well have extra cooked on. Yeah, it's never enough. And we don't want to fill the entire pot with water. We just want to cover our potatoes. And then those are going to be covered with a lid and brought to a boil on the stovetop. So that's that. First step. Done, guys. The week was good, Vune. Really productive. Work went by really fast. And I kind of prepped up a little bit yesterday so that when we come in on Wednesday is salumi day. So we're making a dry cured salami called Rosette de Lyon. And so that actually gets dipped in like a bacteria kind of coating, and that's what gives it that like white mold exterior. So a dry cured salami. It's gonna be amazing. I've never made anything like this before. Pretty excited, to say the least. Okay, so basics for a bechamel, guys. We first have to make a roux, which is flour and butter. Usually equal parts. How was your week, Mion? But I've made this so many times that I think I might just eyeball it. Sounds interesting. Yeah, I am so excited. There's like Parmesan cheese that goes into that salami, like a bunch of different spices. And I think it'll take maybe around a month or two to make. Like I said, I've never made it before, so I really don't know. It's definitely a learning experience for me. But you can look up the salumi, Rosette de Lyon. So obviously it's a French dry cured salami from Lyon. And I can definitely tell you that it is delicious. I had it actually quite often when I was backpacking in Europe because it's dry cured, right? Or it already has the mold on it, so it doesn't have to be refrigerated. So for me, who was traveling like a lot in short periods of time, that was really handy for me to buy a couple of those. Just kind of keep on hand whenever I was out somewhere and I felt like I needed a snack, but there was nowhere to snack. Whip out a salumi. Maybe some cheese to go along with it. And a baguette. Good to go. Okay, I think that much butter should be enough. And if I guesstimate, I'm gonna say we have about a 1/4 cup of butter here. Which means we should be able to add a 1/4 cup of flour to this. And have the perfect roux, which is your thickener for your milk sauce, let's say. But I find that sometimes that's not always the case. So our first step is going to be to melt the butter. So let's go over to the stovetop, guys. And then we're gonna whisk in the flour into that, and we don't want any lumps. It's -10 tonight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, guys, real quick. Oh, wrong one. I wanted this. It's snowing. What we thought would not happen, guys, it's happening. Sammy might have a snow day today. And actually my dad had to build like faux kind of greenhouse covers for all of the garden because that shit's gonna freeze. -10 tonight. Craziness. Oh, we haven't left Daydreamer. Yeah, we've not even gone to New York yet. Okay, so we're gonna turn our bechamel pan onto medium heat. Get that melting. You want snow down there. The snow here, I mean, we have a pretty mild climate here, so when we get snow, it usually just melts. But we're supposed to get like 2 to 4 centimeters today, so I don't know if that's just gonna melt away. 16 days, wow. Almost 2 weeks. Sammy, are you losing your bones? Oh, man. Yeah, I'm just here for the roulette. How have you been? Oh, I got a thirst.
Good job, Daydreamer. Good job.
Oh, yeah. You received another 5 inches. Whoa. I'm kind of excited about it a little bit. Now that I know that my vegetables are safe outside, it's like, okay, I'll allow this. Good morning, Box. How are ya? Okay, our butter slowly melting. Feeling good about it. We can get out our sheet pan for both the potatoes and the tomatoes. Potato, tomato. Gotta stay productive while we're waiting. Can't just watch the butter melt, guys. It's 45 F there. That's pretty cool, hey? Cold, hey? Yeah, when there's no stakes, you win, Yoon. It's all but clear since the temp is
7.2
raising.
degrees, so same as here.
7 degrees. Oh, okay. It's a heat wave. What? Okay. We are almost there. So now, quarter cup of butter. Should need about a quarter cup of flour. But I always like to just whisk it in and then go by how it looks, because you want like a thick kind of paste. So it doesn't always go by measurement. That's what I've definitely learned. And obviously we don't want any lumps here, guys. Because if that lump cooks in that form, then you're gonna have a lumpy sauce, and then you'll have to try and strain it, and it's just gonna get messy. So just whisk in a little bit at a time. And we're still gonna go more than that for flour. And obviously, the thicker that you make your roux, obviously the more thickening power it's gonna have for your sauce. I think I'll just go a touch more. So that looks good to me. See how it's just kind of holding together. And now we get to pour in our milk. I'm just gonna take that off for a sec. So once again, whisk in the milk slowly so that you don't get lumps. And I will measure for us, just 'cause. I think a cup will be perfect. Okay, we are back. Ooh, our potatoes are just kind of coming up to a boil here too. Good timing. And remember, we're only parboiling the potatoes, guys. So we don't want them fully cooked, because then they're just gonna fall apart. We still want them to hold together so that we can have nice crispy hash browns. Guys, she's thick. Maybe we made a little bit too much roux. And the consistency of our sauce, we're looking for it to coat the back of the spoon. So not too thick, not too runny. Okay, we're making progress now. I'm just gonna whisk this until it's nice and smooth now. And then we'll add, obviously, Look at that thickening power. Sounds like a rich breakfast. It's going to be. It's a very nice wintry breakfast, let's say. It's a good snow day breakfast. It's keeping us warm.
I'll regret it the rest of my life. Because I know, in my heart, you're the only one for me.
We have to think about how the cheese is gonna thicken this sauce as well, guys. So just make it a touch looser than what you think you need. And as this kind of cooks as well, it's gonna thicken a touch as well. So we are going to constantly kind of watch this, stir it every couple of minutes to make sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom. So as that bechamel kind of starts to cook, is the flour is going to want to settle to the bottom of the pan. So if you don't continually kind of stir that around, is you're going to get a thick layer of flour on the bottom of the pan. Believe me, I've seen it. Life experience is you definitely don't want that because it'll burn really quick. And then that's going to ruin your whole sauce and you'll have to start over. So just watch it every couple of minutes, give it a nice stir, see how it's thickening. And that'll take about 20 minutes to cook out your floury flavor. So uncooked flour has like this kind of pasty flavor in your mouth and starchy, let's say. So kind of taste your bechamel as it cooks and you'll definitely notice that it'll get to a point where it kind of tastes more sweet. And that's when you know it's cooked. Anchovy. By the way, your cat has already claimed the salmon in the box. Aww, that's so cute. Okay, so I can already feel that layer wanting to build up on the bottom. And while that's going, we can get our cheese out and start to grate that. And then I'll just grab a chili from the freezer. Daydreamers lurking. And let's kind of test how our potatoes are as well at this point, because I don't think they're going to take very long to boil. I think they're about halfway there. So let's just keep an eye on those as well. You guys like hash brown bowls? Is that something that you've ordered when you go out for breakfast, or have you made yourself a couple? Nice box. Yeah, I love doing giveaways. I'm already thinking about the next one. And you know what I was thinking, guys, is making pasta and drying it in the dehydrator and then sending it away. I think that would be a really awesome one. Hey, Sammy? Okay, this is getting pretty thick as it cooks, so I'm just going to pour in a touch more milk. I'm actually going to turn this down closer to a low heat. It sounds cool, yeah. It's like I can make a bunch of different shapes as well. And I think that would be useful. And once again, that's something that I can easily send away and not worry about customs, like, getting into it. It's a non-perishable item. So I've never made a cheese sauce with asiago before, but it's like one of my favorite cheeses, so I'm kind of going out of the box today. Let's do one more stir. And actually, I think we can turn on the oven to start preheating for our potatoes and tomatoes. So I'm gonna go really high, like 450. 450 Fahrenheit. It's gonna get crazy. Have I heard of avocado cream pasta? I have, Yoon. I've made that with actually zucchini noodles. And it's really good, I have to say. It's like I made an avocado kind of pesto cream. Quite nice. Quite nice. Okay, let's shred some cheeses. Because we're almost getting to that point of putting it into our sauce. You just discovered it. It is really nice for like a dairy-free alternative, I guess. But even if you do put cheese in it, it's still gonna be good. Yeah, I think I did like avocado, balsamic vinegar, some basil. It is quite a heavy sauce though, I will say that. So I don't know if like maybe lightening it up a touch with a little bit of whipping cream would be good. But it does coat it really nice. I will say that. Okay. I think that looks like a good amount of cheese. Will it ever be enough cheese though, guys? I don't know. Hard question. Okay, now we can go back over to the stovetop. I'm gonna start tasting the bechamel. We are gonna have a lot of cheese sauce. I'm gonna have to think of some way to use it up. I think I'll just add this last bit of milk.
Pizza.
Pizza? Yes, Sammy. Check these potatoes once more. Because they're so small, I know they're gonna cook quick. Okay, those actually feel like they're done. So all I'm gonna do is just strain the water out. I'll just put those back over there so they can start to actually cool off. Okay, let's get cheese in. You're confident in Sammy. Ooh, yeah, lemon juice, Bune. Yeah, that'd be a great way to cut all that fat, for sure. Probably gonna have to add a little bit more milk into this as well. And let me just say this. This would be good on some pasta. Just saying. Really? Really, guys? That just happened? Why now? Why now?
What?
The whisk fell out of the pot and went all over the stovetop. We're making a mess. Now it's burning on. Oh goodness, guys. Burnt bechamel. Never fun.
Don't burn the base.
No, it's on the burner that was hot. Okay, this is gonna start to get crazy. Yeah, it's starting to get stringy now, guys. And asiago is quite a strong flavored cheese, so I don't think we'll have to add too much to get that flavor that we're looking for. I think a touch more though, for sure. It's definitely creamy, but I'm getting more of like the milky flavor than the cheesy flavor. Did we lose our music? Great, more cheese. Just keep grating. And you can definitely switch up your cheeses when you're making a Mornay sauce, is what it's called. So bechamel is a mother sauce, guys. Your 5 basic sauces. And then when you add cheese to it, you're making a Mornay. That's the technical French term. And we are still gonna add a little bit of aromatics to this. So I always like to add a little bit of hot sauce. Traditional spice added to bechamel is usually some nutmeg. I think that would pair nicely with the rest of the flavors today. And you know what my other favorite thing to put cheese sauce on is? Broccoli. You guys ever have that when you're younger? Broccoli with cheese sauce? Please say yes. She is getting thick. And that's how we like it. Okay, so just a pinch of nutmeg, guys. You really don't want to overwhelm your sauce with the nutmeg flavor. But you'll be surprised how nice it actually is in that sauce. You did a lot. Yeah, I haven't had broccoli with cheese sauce in a long time. So like literally just a pinch, because it is quite a strong spice. I think for the spice, instead of the fresh chili, because I think it's going to be too spicy, is I'm just going to roll with these Korean chili flakes. And that way I think they're going to color the sauce nicely as well. Give us more of a red hue. And these are really floral. Have a more mild spice to them. So we'll add a little bit at a time until we feel like we're where we want to be at for the heat level at least. I'm still gonna add just a touch of this hot sauce, more for actually contrasting the richness of the cheese sauce as well. And then we will need obviously some salt too. Start with a teaspoon, and then once I mix this all in, we'll give it a taste. There we go. That's looking good now. little bit of flour to cook out. But this was just kind of a sauce that I made up in my head when I was making these menus. I was like, what about a spicy cheese sauce? It's like, I don't think I've ever had that before. She's tasty. I've definitely never had it for brunch either. I can confirm this. I think we'll need still a touch of salt though, for sure. Maybe do 1 more teaspoon. I'll give it 1 more taste. Maybe actually a touch of black pepper as well is always nice. We don't need too much because of the chili flake already. Let's give this a taste. Okay, I'm gonna turn that to low heat. But that is great. Definitely can taste the asiago cheese now. Just getting a touch of heat from those chili flakes. Actually really quite balanced. I am impressed. And now you guys know how to make one of the mother sauces. Gonna put the flour away. Yeah, such a cheesy stream, Nike. Good morning, man. How are you? Okay, let's get into these potatoes. So just parboiled these little potatoes in salted water. Now we're gonna cut them in half and dress them with oil, salt and pepper. And we're gonna roast them in a high heat oven to make some crispy hash browns. Hey Tiger, am I making Super Bowl food later? I'm not planning on making Super Bowl food. Yeah, sorry guys. I guess that's like a Canadian thing and I'm not a huge football fan. So I'm not really participating in any Super Bowl themed parties today. Sad times. Who of you here has gone to a tailgate before? That's something that I really want to go to still at some point. I want to experience that. Here's how you make Super Bowl food. Add Velveeta and Rotel in a crock pot. Set it and forget it. Yes, Nike. That actually all sounds really good. Okay, so now you can see. I'll just give this a little taste. That potato didn't taste very good though. Tastes like dirt. We'll just throw that one out. Good thing I tasted it. But it's just cooked, but it's not falling apart. So that's exactly what we want. And then that's our oven beep. So it's nice and hot. Hot and ready for us. And we're rolling right along, guys. So what we have left is we'll prep up the tomatoes, dress them as well, put those into the oven. Those actually might be something where we just broil them at the end so that we do get a little bit of char on the skin. I really like that for brunch. Like adding that kind of grill char flavor is really nice as well. And then we gotta crisp up the porchetta in a frying pan and just fry a couple of sunny side up eggs. So parchment lined sheet pan. Funny how when you cut a potato in half, it still wants to stick together. We'll just kind of separate those. And then we can dress them. I'm gonna use olive oil. You're cleaning up because you gotta get your mum, bring her over, and you're gonna cook some food. Amazing. The Pats. Who's gonna win? And actually, you do want a good amount of oil here, guys. Yeah, we're not deep frying, so it's a touch more healthy, but the oil really does contribute to getting that crispy texture. And also us cooking that starch out of there as well will help that. So that's kind of a trick that I've read up on. Parboiling your hash browns and then baking them. So we got some salt. We got a little bit of pepper. Just keeping it simple, guys. After these are all crisped up, they are gonna get tossed in some pesto. So we're not gonna go too crazy with any other seasonings on the potatoes. Nike, that emote face. Fox is going for the Rams. Oh goodness. Life-changing event. The Super Bowl. Okay, now we're gonna spread those all out. Definitely have enough oil on here, guys. Okay, so if the potatoes aren't touching each other, then they're not going to steam, right? Which is what we want. If it's all piled up in the center, then they're not going to get crispy. And I'm going to say these will take maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes to crisp up. Give it on 450 Fahrenheit, so hoping that high heat, it shouldn't take too long. Norges! Welcome back, man. How are you? So let's do 10-minute timer, and we'll go from there. What are you guys talking about? Feeding your dog cat food? What are you doing? Good, but you're hungry. Oh no. I'm hungry too, man. I feel like I'm fading away.
This is the worst place to be then.
Yeah. You mean you didn't come with a snack?
My biceps are so sore.
Let's be honest, Sammy, that's the real reason you're not going to work today.
Pardon?
Let's be honest, that's the real reason you're not going to work.
No.
I know, I'm just bugging you. Okay, tomatoes. So we have a couple of small little cherry tomatoes. Using them up. They're definitely nice and ripe. Did you have a nice time on the boat, Norges? Everything went well? I'm guessing so, since you're back. And I think we're just gonna bump it up with one of these as well. So these smaller ones we'll leave whole. This guy, I'm gonna wash it first. Maybe we'll cut it into eight pieces. And we definitely want to take out our little stem part at the top. Cherry tomatoes, it doesn't really matter because it's so small and it's not tough. But I usually find these tomatoes, you have to cut that out. Or anything that looks kind of white and feels hard. Not appealing. And now we're gonna turn that over. Cut it in half lengthwise. And then I think I might actually only do this into 6. Like that. And then we get nice sized kind of wedges. You're on 2 different boats. Took the herring in 13 days on the first one. The other one was in docks for repairs and upgrades. So mostly rust removal and painting. Cool. Glad it went well, man. That's all I can say. Maybe I've watched too many of the Deadliest Catch shows. So that's a show that we have on TV here of the crabbing boats, the king crab. A lot of shit has gone bad. I'm like, that's all I can picture. When you say that you are going out on the boat. It's like, be well, my dude. Crazy shit usually happens. Crabbing boats? Oh man, Nike with the jokes today. Okay, so no parchment under our tomatoes because we're gonna broil them. If you put parchment underneath, it's gonna light on fire. We do not want that. But we do want a touch of oil once again, and some salt. Your safety standards are a bit better. Yeah, safety is first always. That's great to hear, man. I'm just gonna bunch these up so it's easier to season them. Just a nice light coating of oil. We don't have to go too heavy here. Give that a nice mix. And I'm trying not to agitate these cut tomatoes too much because I'm just scared that all the seeds are gonna fall out. So we'll put that back in there. But as long as it's nicely coated in oil and salt, you're good to go. And then once again, we're gonna spread those back out. Oh, it is starting to snow again.
So
Do
that's
that.
gonna be a no for
Sammy gets a snow day. Okay, let's get our frying pan out. It's porchetta time, guys. We have 4 minutes left on the potato timer. Those tomatoes will be broiled when the potatoes come out. Just set those aside for now. Our porchetta. Snow day from work. Yeah, anchovy. The roads get really bad here, and there's a lot of bad drivers because we're not used to snow. Like, we usually call it snowmageddon because people just go insane when they try and drive in the snow here. It's hilarious, especially for Sam, who grew up in a really cold province, and for myself, who also grew up in a nice wintry province, Alberta and Ontario. So we're used to driving in the snow. I mean, that's what we grew up with, but everyone else here hasn't a clue, and it's super dangerous. There's always accidents, and because our road is, we only have like one road to get to the city. If there's an accident and that gets shut down, is you're stuck there for like hours at a time. Okay, so porchetta was cooked on a previous stream, actually. We did cook this on stream. And then all we did was kind of chopped it up. So I doubt we'll even need all of this. I'm going to use this bigger one. But this was in the freezer. I thought, what better way than to use it for brunch? Something nice, porky and fatty. People on summer tires on snow. That's exactly it as well, Nurges, is we have all season tires on the car, but we don't have snow tires. So if it gets any colder and that snow starts to freeze on the road, Sammy doesn't feel comfortable driving. So it's like one of those rare occurrences that he gets a snow day, and that happens here. It's for sure expected. Yeah, the snow day here is different. It's not like there's a ton of snow. It's just not safe. Really made a mess of this stovetop, guys. We haven't even done that much cooking. I'm actually gonna switch this over here now. I'm not putting it on that burner because there's stuff burnt onto it, sadly. And then that is our porchetta pan, as well as our egg frying pan. Hey Scrump, welcome in. I'm doing well today. How are you doing? But we're gonna wait for this pan to heat up. You want it nice and hot, so you can start to render out that fat and actually crisp up the pork. With something so fatty is you don't really want it to be like a soft texture, right? Like you need that contrast. Nice crispy outside, and then you get the tender, juicy inside. Okay, 50 seconds. Potatoes are getting there. I think they're maybe about halfway, but they are sizzling. There's some oily bubbles. I think they're gonna get crispy. I have a good feeling. So last thing on the list, while we wait for our pan to heat up, is we're just gonna prep our little bit of mustard greens, actually. 23C, holy smoke, Scrum. We are in like a cold spell for the next week or so. It's supposed to get down to like -7. Which for here is really cold. Because the whole winter, I think the lowest temp we had was maybe 0. Okay, that was our potato timer. Let's see, you guys. What's going on? So, sizzles. We got a little bit of browning here. It's looking good. So I'm just gonna rotate this tray. And I think I'll do 10 minutes. Actually, maybe I'll stick with the 7. That's what we did the first time. Seems like it's going pretty quick. Feeling good about it. Yeah, my parents actually left for Mexico early this morning. So Sammy drove them early this morning, and then on his way home from the airport is it started to snow. And that wasn't good. So my parents definitely picked a good time to go away. I think we probably only need that much. And guys, I'm just hoping that all of my veggies in the garden don't die from the frost. Don't know how this basil is doing, but we might be able to use it for garnish. Or a couple of eggs. Just put those aside. My weather's controlled by the seawater temperature. Yeah, how cool is that? She's getting cold. So, just gonna give these a quick rinse and then we'll chop them up. Our pan's heating up nicely. Give those a little pat dry with a towel. Was minus 23°C there the other day, which was actually a high temp to be at the coast. Wow, Norges. Wow. I guess I'm a wimp. Yeah, that's cold. I'm sure that feels really cold when you're by the water as well. Giving our cheese sauce another stir. Warm and ready for us. Okay, so let's line up all the stems. That way we'll have nice even cuts. Break that end off because it just doesn't look too good. There is no weather command. Minus 36 Celsius and now it's 8. Doesn't even make sense, right? Okay, so the stems I'm gonna cut just a touch smaller, maybe like 1/2-inch pieces. Actually, I think I'll just do 1/2-inch pieces the whole way. Just a little bit of greenery, freshen things up. Ooh, yeah. That was the calm before the storm. Move on over, mustard greens. Okay, so our pesto, let's check this out. Yeah, yay to climate change. Hey Murrays, welcome in. How are ya? Ooh, it's still a touch cold actually. And this is a pistachio pesto. So instead of using pine nuts, I use pistachios. But other than that, it has Parmesan cheese, garlic, basil, a little bit of lemon juice, and the pistachios. So really, really simple. Climate change equals hype? No! Oh, hello, Night Drifter. I missed that you were here. But this is nicely loosened up. I'm just gonna give it a taste. We'll toss that on the potatoes when they come out of the oven.
It's good. It's good, guys.
Your brother's a chef. Yet the closest you've come to cooking in 6 months is burning your hand on the cooker while making cereal. That's unfortunate. I don't think that's what's supposed to happen.
So yesterday, how old is that basil?
Not that old.
Like last week when I bought it?
Yeah. Basil doesn't stay in our fridge very well. We have some sad basil here, guys.
Ooh.
I know. No, that came in the good food box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, getting some good summers up north. That's so bad, guys. Okay, so we're gonna roll our little basil cigar. Stack your leaves up, roll your cigar, and then we'll just give this a chop. We'll use this for garnish, just to bump up the flavor a touch. It will get happy when you put it in your food. Yes, Box. Thank you for that. It makes me feel a bit better. Okay, let's check these taste potatoes. Ooh, I think they could use a little bit longer still. They're just kind of starting to speckle up and get roasty toasty.
This for box? Or do you already send stuff away?
No, just leave it. Just gonna give them a toss, guys. I think that's gonna help for browning. Oh yeah, because the bottom's definitely getting more crispy.
Ooh, it's looking good.
I'll switch that for you guys. You need to see this. This is a must. So now that we're flipping them, they probably only need a couple more minutes. So porchetta's gonna go into the pan now. But it's already cooked, so all we have to do is kind of crisp it up. It's a roasted pork loin and belly together. If you guys are wondering, what the heck is a porchetta? Okay, spread those back out. Back in. You can't watch this, Nargis. No, 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 no.
What?
That's what Nargis says.
It's too good?
Yeah. He's too hungry. His tum-tums are grumbling. Watching Kate when you're hungry is tantamount to torture. Oh, you guys.
I was starting to grab anything but not throw it out.
I knew you would. Where was mine? I'm starving out here, fam.
Well, they cook faster.
Ugh. I can't. Okay, Norges, we should still be here. Okay, hot pan. Should be a good sizzle when you put your porchetta in. It's already cut into nice chunks for us. Ooh, we might have to break it up a touch with our hands. Getting messy.
You're just like, I knew you would.
I knew Sammy would grab an Egg McMuffin, guys. I was really hoping that he'd bring home a coffee, but that didn't happen. High hopes. High hopes. Do you hear that sizzle?
I thought you were gonna make a coffee this morning.
Oh. Okay, we just have a little bit of chopping to do. Obviously, this is the loin part, so a little bit more lean than the pork belly. I got greasy hands. Are we gonna have mimosas? I should. I think there is some champagne upstairs. Yeah, there's Prosecco. We have orange juice. This could happen. Aw, thanks, Grump. I try to eat good at home, I really do. Go like middle of the line between like healthy and like totally not. I like to keep it pretty balanced. Okay, so we're not gonna agitate this too much to begin with. We'll let it get like a nice crust on the underside before we start to flip that around. So next step now, we're gonna turn our oven to broil. Ooh, that's a cold breeze coming in for our tomatoes, and then we'll get those blistering. Blistery tomatoes. So I'm gonna just move the potatoes to the bottom rack. Yeah, those are definitely crispy. Might actually move this up so it's right underneath the broiler. Sammy. Okay guys, let's check this out. Let's check this pork. Oh yeah. Nice golden brown. That's what we want. So the pork will come out, the eggs will go into that pan. We'll cook the eggs in the pork fat. I do not really understand French, Levoque. I took it in school when I was younger, but I never kept up with it, so sad to say. Other than cooking terms. Raluga, welcome in. Unlucky? Why am I unlucky? Okay, let's toss this around again. We will get a bowl for our pork. You wanted to speak some French. Aww. I really do want to learn. Again, I have to say. Potatoes are out. Tomatoes And so, I'm actually gonna come over here. We are almost at that point of eating. So potatoes are gonna go into this bowl because we're gonna toss some pesto on them. So look at how nice and crispy those turned out. Mmm. So parboiling your potatoes really, really helps. Woo. We're getting smoky. Porchetta into this bowl. Look at that, guys. Hello. It was actually a mixed scrum of like a trio of baby potatoes. But yeah, you could totally do red or Yukon Golds. And it doesn't just have to be baby potatoes. I just thought it would look nice. Hell yeah. So now I'm gonna drop those eggs in there. You guys hear the egg sizzle? Okay, so pesto into the potatoes and then we'll toss that around. We're getting smoking. Is that slang for blazing? What's up, Thunderstruck? How are you? I think that'll be a good enough amount. And then I'm just gonna put the basil into here with the potatoes. Ooh. French fries, gravy, and some curds. Nike. My dude, you're speaking my language. Night Drifter, being stuck with pizza, not the worst thing. I would be okay with that. So obviously we don't want to toss it with the pesto until right before we want to eat. Otherwise those potatoes will get soggy, right? Sorry guys, just tending to the eggs. So last minute, we're gonna toss our potatoes in the pesto. We'll give that a taste. See if it needs maybe any extra salt or pepper. I think that's good. Let me taste a piece of pork and see how salty it is. I'll just put a touch more salt in our potatoes. The pork isn't super salty. I thought it would be saltier. Okay. It is time, my friends. So, potatoes in the bottom. One needs a bigger spoon.
You're welcome.
What, Sammy? Why am I getting yelled at right now, guys? Okay, now oh, the gifted sub. I was like, what is he saying you're welcome to? Gonna put our greens on top. It's totally okay if they fall everywhere. That is all right. But you do want to make sure that you still see the potato a little bit underneath. You want to know what you're eating. But we're putting those on top and in between the pork so that the little bit of heat will kind of wilt them a bit, soften them up. But we don't necessarily want to cook these because they are so delicate.
I doubt very strongly that the knowledge would change anything.
So crispy pork, a lot of nice textures going on here, guys. Am I a Maddie Matheson fan? Hell yeah, I am, Box Fetish. He is like one of my favorites right now. Would love to meet him one day. Okay, so our blistered tomatoes. This is what this means, is the skin kind of just popped on them. Just place those around. Give us a nice juicy bite. Nestle that in. Giving our cheese sauce a stir. Okay, ready for this, guys? Our sunny side up duck egg. I'm gonna grind some salt over that. Yeah, you're having trouble reaching through the screen. Let's bump this up a touch so you guys can see inside better. I always like just a touch of salt on my egg and pepper.
Hey, Mrs. W's here.
Mrs. W! Whoop whoop! One of our giveaway winners. Ah. And now, at the sauce. I don't know if I'm even ready for this sauce, guys. This is insane. Spicy asiago cheese sauce. And I'm just gonna spoon that over like a little bit of the egg, I think. So like we'll go on this side. Just kind of let it cascade off. So we're putting that on top, right? We didn't want to make all of that wonderful stuff that we crisped up. We didn't want to make that soggy. Put a touch more over here. But see how it's kind of just coating the egg. So it's not running off too quickly, but it's not rock hard either. Colorful and healthy. Yeah, somewhat, Scrum. I like to think so. Okay, photo time for me, guys, and then we finally get to eat. We made it. We didn't starve. Fried egg and a cheese sauce blanket. Today on stream we made a cozy egg, if you will. You are that egg, Nike. If Nike was an egg, he would be this one. Love it, man. Okay, we got that pick. We got that pick. Now we can eat. Who's gonna clip this yolk porn, guys? Who's gonna clip it? You got a clip star? Yes? Yes. We did good. So once again, that yolk's gonna kind of make a sauce in the bowl. It's gonna mix with the cheese sauce. It's just gonna create a bunch of happiness. It looks like a silk dress. We did good on that. Like, it's still not hardening onto the egg. Thank you. Okay, let's get in here. Now it's gonna get messy. Like, this is the fun part of a hash bowl. Is you just kind of have to mix everything up. Like a choose your own destiny. You don't have to mix it up. You totally don't. But I always like to get a little bit of everything in each bite. Guys. Sammy. I don't even think he knows.
Yeah,
You're not hungry?
I will. Give me a minute.
Oh, okay.
Relax.
I'm gonna yell that. Okay. Potatoes. Cheese sauce. Let's get some of this crispy pork, guys. Let's see how this all tastes together. Mmm. The pesto is really nice. It's not super strong in basil flavor, so it's not kind of overpowering anything. The cheese sauce obviously mixes well. And it's not super spicy, so it's very, very mild. But I do love the color from the chili flake. And the crispy pork is like very nutty tasting almost. I'm quite impressed with how crunchy this stuff's staying. Let's try these tomatoes. See how we did. I would have liked to get a little bit more char on the tomato, but they were already blistering too much, and that's just gonna get messy, and it will start to taste burnt actually. Flavors and more flavors. Yes, iShopBo, welcome in. Mmm. Tomato actually adds really nice acidity to the dish, because obviously this is a lot of rich stuff, right? Because you do need that little bit of vegetable to really cut that fat. There is a reason it's there. You Clipperino. Thank you very much, Nike. I might just post that on Instagram later. All in all, though, guys, I mean, this is just something I kind of thought up in my head. It came together really well. I impressed myself. Nice wins, guys. Sammy just loses. For you today, Sammy, I have made this masterpiece.
Potatoes.
Hmm. 420 bones. Yep. Wigglow. Does duck egg taste different than normal egg? It does. It for sure does. It is actually acidic, or sorry, chicken eggs are acidic. Duck eggs are basic. So chicken eggs have that sulfuric kind of smell and taste when you cook them, whereas duck eggs do not have that at all. So they don't really taste like much, I have to say. They are 1.5 times the size of a large chicken egg, and the yolk is a lot more custardy. Sammy made this. Ooh. Oh goodness. Oh man. What is this even? That is egg porn.
No, that's a good egg.
Chew with his mouth closed? He can't. He just messed his beard right up. Yeah, exactly, Dark Prince. Slow volcanic eruption of deliciousness.
Those are really good potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Pesto on them.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good bowl.
I did good, guys. If Sammy likes it, I know I did good. Oh, it's hearty. It's for sure hearty. Snacks for later.
So it's brunch.
That's true. That's true. That's why it's brunch. I mean, usually brunch is you kind of skipped breakfast. Moving closer to lunchtime, it's like definitely hungry by this point. And it's like, I need something good. 2 meals combined into one. Did you guys have breakfast today? Anchovy made the pancake recipe that I shared last weekend with you guys. Or wait. No, we made pancakes on what? Tuesday or Monday? I wasn't even last weekend.
Sure.
So glad you ate them. Or you would be going nuts right now. Amazing. What did you eat the pancakes with? Are you like a straight up syrup person, or you like jam?
Did you put anything else in the pancakes? Did you put blueberries in the pancakes? Or did you put something else in the pancakes?
Do you like the cheese sauce, Sammy?
Mm-hmm. Did you make bacon pancakes?
These snowflakes outside right now, guys, are like huge.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be a day.
That awkward moment when I said Vancouver Island is like the Hawaii of Canada. I digress. Holy shit. By themselves, you just add a little syrup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's not a ton of sugar in that recipe, I have to say, but it is just like perfect for that little sweetness. Sammy crushes his whole bowl by the time I only eat half of mine.
Don't bonk me on the head while I'm trying to kill people.
Sammy was playing Fortnite, guys, with his headphones on, so you couldn't hear when I was talking to him earlier. But I just walked up to him.
But I can hear you through the speaker, so give
Oh.
it like 10 seconds.
Just like bonked on the top of his head. Very upsetting. Holy shit. Hold on, Blizzard. What's up? You really like the thick batter. Yeah, you know what? It's a lot easier to pour, hey, than like a really thin batter. Hold tight with Sam, you guys. Have to take a quick bath and break.
This is fantastic.
What?
The bowl. I need a spoon to finish it off.
Oh, yes, express too.
I think I got something on my beard though. Did I get it on my beard? I think so. Holy.
Yeah, it's a whiteout outside. I haven't seen snow like this in a long time. Yeah, no seconds? I'd be pissed. I usually don't like to make too much leftovers because I am trying to clear out the freezer, so I don't want any food sticking around. Sammy approves. Okay, so today is also National Carrot Cake Day. Can I get some onions in chat for all of those people that do enjoy carrot cake? So we are going to make a carrot cake today, but we have to let it cool overnight before we decorate it tomorrow, guys. Yes, I shot bow. Carrot cake is life. And here's the recipe. Oh my god, that's perfect, eye shot. So I'm using this recipe from a Canadian chef, like one of my kind of first chefs that I really started to follow and learn from. He has a couple of restaurants out in Montreal and Quebec. And this is actually his mom's carrot cake recipe. And guess what, guys? We don't even need a mixer for this. This is the greatest thing ever. Just 2 bowls, some arm power, and we'll be good to go. You're welcome, Anchovy. It is also posted in Discord. Yeah, that is also posted there already. Okay, couple more bites. And then we'll make this cake. We're gonna make the cake. Obviously put it in the oven. But we're not gonna wait for it to bake. I'll unveil them tomorrow on stream. Because it takes an hour, guys. So that is way too long to wait. Okay. I have energy again. I didn't know if I was gonna make it, guys. Straight up. The stuffed baked potatoes. Whoa. I did see them, Anchovy. There's actually a restaurant in Vancouver that serves like fancy baked potatoes like that. You just like load them up with whatever you want. There are a couple more potatoes there. Didn't even finish the potatoes. Okay, so Chuck's carrot cake. Gonna be honest here, guys. Sammy already knows this. Totally had a crush on this chef when I was younger. It's true. He says, this is no ordinary carrot spice cake. With bits of pineapple and cherries, this cake is something extra special. I've definitely never had a carrot cake with cherries in it. Maybe pineapple, but definitely not cherries. Yep. So, let's get all of our ingredients out. There's quite a few here. We need flour, baking powder, and soda. Cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, allspice. Which I might have to grab some of those from upstairs. One and a half cups of sugar, white sugar, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, allspice. We have nutmeg, we have cinnamon. I don't think I have the clove or allspice here. Sammy, may I ask the favor?
Yeah.
Cloves and cloves and allspice, please. We need 4 eggs for this. So
far away.
each duck egg is 1.5 chicken eggs. So you gotta do a little math here. Yes. 2.6. I'm just gonna use the 3 duck eggs. It's just gonna be a bit more moist, if you will. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. 2, 3. We need a cup of vegetable oil, guys. So no butter in here, but vegetable oil is our fat. I don't know, maybe you could switch it out for coconut oil. I am not quite sure. Oh, wow. We don't have very much of this. We might might have just enough, but I don't think so. I'm gonna tell the Sammy. Hey, Sammy, bring the vegetable oil too. Thank you. Guess what though, guys? Gosh. For these next 2 weeks, we get to take care of Doggo. How much is a dozen duck eggs? Are you ready for this, iShot? $6. Where we get them from our little like duck hut on the side of the road. Oh no. Just a sec, guys. Camera's overheating. Should be okay. We are okay. Ooh. Pricey, but probably worth it. Yeah, when you think about it. I mean, let's see. Because every dozen of duck eggs is 18 chicken eggs. So think about it that way. I doubt you're gonna get 18 chicken eggs for $6. Thank you. Okay, we got our oils. We're good. We got our sugar. Thank you, Sammy. Our allspice. Our cloves. And I guess we get a chocolate because we were really good today. We need 3 cups of carrots peeled and grated, so a little bit of work going into this, yes. A cup of walnuts, so I'll get those out because they are in the freezer currently. An 18 pack of large chicken eggs is $2.50. Wow.
American though. It's like $4 though.
That's cheap.
That's cheap, yeah.
Isn't a dozen of chicken eggs here like $6?
We pay a lot more though because everything gets shipped to the island.
That's true. That's true.
And the stuff that's grown here is still more expensive anyway.
Is this big? Oh, what the hell? Who put this in here? Can you do this?
I didn't do that.
Guys, who does this?
I think your mom gave it to you.
Yeah, I think my mom did this. Opens the bag of walnuts, jams it into the bag upside down, so all the walnuts actually fall out when you open the bag. Who does this? Mint Cemetery, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. That's called a booby trap, for sure. Just a little chef tip here, guys. Whenever you are trying to store any nuts, is they will last a lot longer in the freezer, okay? Like at least twice as long. Is nuts go bad pretty quickly at room temp because of all the oils inside. So keeping that cold is they're not gonna go bad as quick. That's how most restaurants store their nuts. Oh man, you two. Doggo's cleaning the whisk.
Hey! Don't bite the whisk.
She's nibbling it. Okay, next ingredients.
I broke her tongue. It's forever.
So we have to go grab the carrots still. We have half a cup and raisins. Yes, using up some stuff. We got some dried cherries, which I think we might have to substitute with some cranberries as well. We'll see how much we end up with. And then a cup of pineapple chopped. So once again, that's something that I have in the freezer always. So I'll just measure that out. Maybe do a little quick defrost in Chef Mike while I go grab the carrots. Yeah, Chef Mike, really hard worker. Sammy says you'll go get the carrots. Okay, I'll get the pineapple out. 1 cup of pineapple. Then we'll have to chop it up. Thanks, Sammy. Thanks, Sammy. I think my favorite part about carrot cake, though, is still the cream cheese icing. Let's be honest.
Did you get it all?
Pardon? I need 3 cups grated. So kind of think about that once they're broken down. And this pineapple, frozen from Costco, is actually really nice and sweet, guys. So rather than buying a pineapple at this point, where I'm at, not gonna taste as good. Daydreamer, just killing it. Oh no. They'll be okay. Just need a good peeling. Maka Waka brought you here. Amazing. Yeah, we got some pretty chill cooking, I have to say. Thanks, Maka Waka. And welcome in, Cemetery. How come no one else has this game on their stream? Maybe they're worried about their chat getting filled up? What's up, Sammy? Yeah. Alvin! You're here. Welcome in. How has your week been? The chocolate was really lonely, Hojerific, which is why I had to eat it. Sammy didn't even have his chocolate yet. I thought I was behind. Okay. Sammy's our carrot prepper. So let's defrost our pineapple quickly. And then we'll get a couple of bowls out. This is the best part. We don't have to use a mixer, guys. Elvin, you don't have any bones to roulette? Ugh, this camera's overheating. I already had to turn it on and off once. We got a hot camera, guys. You think LOL guy looks like Sammy, kind of? Dude, does that look like you, kind of?
Yeah.
It kind of does.
Whoa.
Hello.
That's not a chin strap. So.
Camera, we're back. Hi, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, working all weekend, Elvin. No. What is life? Does your carrot even sprout a cute little thing on top? Like mine does? I don't know if that'll go focus in. But as you can see, carrots are looking quite sad at the moment. But once you peel them, Sammy, they're not too bad, hey?
I'm looking for the ones that are soft.
Okay. And Doggo is here to help.
Carrot that's still good. Carrot not good.
Carrot not good.
Carrot really not good.
Carrot not good. Okay, so directions for our recipe. So preheat the oven to 350 Fahrenheit. Okay. 350 F. We need 2 springform pans with parchment paper, 8-inch diameter. I don't know if I have 2 of that size though, guys.
Just try one before you use them.
Pardon, the carrot.
Yeah. What was that?
My stomach. My stomach is happy now, guys. It says. Okay, we got 1 springform pan. We definitely don't have another one.
Might have to get 2 batches of.
Yeah, okay. Probably have to cook the batter in 2 batches. Or, let me ask you this. No, because we want the height, right? I was going to say, what if we used a bigger springform and just put all the batter into 1? Okay, we'll just roll with it. So what we need to do is we need to just cut a piece of parchment paper to fit on this inside part. That way it won't stick. Let your fam borrow some of your kitchen gear. Yeah, now you have separation anxiety. Better all come back in one piece. Hey, Elvin? It's quite tasteless, but it's there. I think that's enough, Sammy. We need 3 cups grated.
Yeah, okay.
Alvin! It's like when they
Alvin's
yell
here?
Alvin. Alvin the chipmunk.
He wasn't even listening.
Alvin!
He wasn't even listening.
What?
I zoned into my carrots.
Sammy didn't even know Alvin was here.
I saved myself from getting orange hands by putting gloves on.
What?
Life hack.
What? Okay. We made a mess. Ingredients everywhere, guys. So now, this is the best part about a springform. We put the paper here. Making sure that was the right way. We shove this back inside. We close the springform. Like so. We're locked in. Now, just gotta trim up the bottom. How bad was that carrot review though? It's tasteless, but it's there. It's substance. Vion, did you just have dinner? Chicken wraps with avocado cream and a light cream onion sauce. Yum. That does sound good. Avocado creams are like deadly. Quite enjoy them. Yeah, your boy Sammy. He knew you were here, Elvin. avocados are 80 euro cents there. Whoa. We might get lucky if we get 4 avocados for $5 here. Sometimes they're even more expensive, like 2 for $4. It's insane. You have frozen some Asian wrap filling. Dinner is spoken for. What are you gonna make with that, Elvin? Okay. Beautiful lined pan with just a touch of scrap. But yay for recycling. Okay, next step. We've done the first 2 steps. In a bowl, combine the flour, baking powder, baking soda. If you wanted to know, that's a dog cough. Baking powder, baking soda, spices, and salt, and set it aside. So basically all of our dry stuff. And then my guess is going to be that we mix all of the wet stuff and mix it together. So we're stirring the dry ingredients into the wet. Okay, guys, so we'll put the wet stuff into the bigger bowl this time. So kind of opposite of pancake batter. I'm gonna get these out of here for a sec. We need more space. Okay. So, flour. 2 cups of flour. 2 teaspoons each of baking powder and baking soda. That's gonna be your leavener and help your cakes rise. Away with you. Measure in spoons. Oh, you're making lettuce wraps. Yum. Those are one of my favorite things. Tried throwing bourbon orange sauce on vanilla ice cream while doing your Super Bowl cooking. Tasted nostalgic, but you can't place it. Oh, man. Oh no, I just realized that the camera turned off again. Okay, I'm just gonna turn it off for a couple of minutes and let it cool down. I've been having a little bit of troubles with this cam. So we had some black truffles in at work this week. There's actually a farm here on the island that has black truffles. But anyways, when I was smelling them, the nostalgic smell to me was like canned black olives. I was like, this is totally what these truffles smell like. And it's just funny that like such an expensive ingredient smelled like a very cheap ingredient. But it was very accurate. Skip the roulette, always go with the craps. Skip the craps. Poker is where it's at. Oh, you gamblers. Oh, you guys. Okay, there's our baking soda. I just did the baking powder before that. So 2 teaspoons of each. Next up, our spices. Hello, Spyros. Yeah, my camera is overheating a bit, so I just turned it off, let it cool down a bit, and I'll turn it back on. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh no, daydreamer! Yeah, always, hey? Should have quit while I was ahead. Yes, Elvin! That's the best comparison. It's exactly like people paying like $300 for torn up jeans. It's like, you could have just done that yourself. Yeah, bro. Okay, let's see. Turn this baby back on. Okay, so cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves. We need 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. We are back. The snow is stopping once again. So I suppose we're just gonna get these flurries every now and then today. Off and on snowing. Cinnamon, guys. Put your cinnamon in there. So half a teaspoon each of the next spices, because they're actually quite strong. So nutmeg, allspice, and clove, really strong flavors. So we need half that amount compared to the cinnamon. And these are actually really similar spices in like a pumpkin pie as well, right? So usually if you like pumpkin pie, I would say that you would probably like carrot cake as well. How many bones do I have? I have 0, Daydreamer. I'm not allowed to have any. Elvin. Yeah, communication leg. I say hi, you say hello 3 minutes later. Hilarious. Yeah, I have 206 bones, actually. Oh. Spilling the spices. Noted. I'm sorry, allspice. I'm sorry. Yeah, sadly, Daydreamer, I'm not allowed to have any bones. It's only you guys that get to have fun. Okay, and our cloves. Yum. And then lastly, just need to add in our salt. So half a teaspoon of salt. Boom. Clean up that little mess. And now, just says combine it, so I'm just gonna give this a little whisk. Everything is mixed nice and evenly. And now it just says to set this aside. And we're actually gonna work on grating up our carrots now instead. We need 3 cups worth. I'll trim these up. This is bugging me again. There we go. I'm getting so excited, Elvin, I have to say. Basically 2 weeks. 2 weeks and 2 days.
Yep.
And we're gonna be streaming from New York, guys. $1,073 bones. I think Nike Chuji was up to like 20,000 bones, Daydreamer. It got up there.
Put that all at 25,000.
Yeah, Sammy was up to 25,000 and he bet it all and lost it. Classic. Like, these carrots are probably so tasteless that even Doggo won't eat them, guys.
No, she had a piece.
She did? You like the carrot? Okay, just wait. Just wait. Yeah, you had bones once. And then there was roulette. So once carrots are flexible, I mean, I don't think you necessarily have to throw them away, but just be aware of what you're gonna use them in. So like those kind of soggy carrots would be better like blended into a soup or something, where you didn't need them to be nice and crunchy still. And yeah, when celery gets that way as well, I know it's kind of weird, right? It's super bendy, but the flavor doesn't really change too much. But it's definitely always a good idea to try it, because I feel like when it gets to that point, the flavor's not going to be as strong. So like I said, is these carrots were like kind of tasteless. They're boring, but it's substance, it counts. And with something like a carrot cake, I mean, we're kind of relying more on the spices and stuff in the cake than like the actual flavor from the carrot. Okay, Doggo's being so good. Come here. You guys see me in the background. Girl. Oh no, Sammy. We use the cheese grater for the cheese.
Oh.
Just gonna do a quick wash up on the grater, guys. It's all cheesed up from our cheese sauce. I know, tough times. Tough times indeed. That was a doggo sneeze. Okay, we good. Celery, hoserific. Sammy hates celery as well.
Wow.
Raw celery, he
Not
can't do
happening.
it. That and bitter melon. I've tried bitter melon before,
What's
yeah.
the point of intaking of something that doesn't give you anything?
Yeah.
Gives you nothing.
Literal water fiber.
You burn more calories eating it than it actually gives you. You need calories, not deficits.
Preach, Sammy. Tell him.
You said.
Just lining my board with some parchment, because I know as soon as I start to grate the carrots, their juices are going to come out, and I don't want to stain the board orange. That'll be really hard to get out. So we're going to do this instead. A little barrier. And we're going to use the coarse grater. Nice big pieces of carrot. Obviously, be careful with your hands.
Yes. I think I've cut myself more on a cheese grater than I have.
Yeah, like this part of my knuckle, I've taken off way too many times. Just, it's like, ouch. I'll never get that back. It'll grow back, guys, but it will never be the same. While we're on that topic, let's chat about it, guys. Least favorite foods. Mine is definitely liver.
Yeah.
That's a big no-no for me in my life.
And raw onions.
But other than that, I mean, nothing really too much that I'm like, no, there's no way I'm eating that. Yeah, Vune, embrace the change. Bologna, Nike. You don't like bologna. I don't know if I could eat bologna now. I ate it quite a bit when I was younger, but I've grown up. I've moved into mortadella instead, guys, because that's so much better. Alvin canceled the celery platter he had for your arrival, Sammy.
I would have walked in and walked right back out.
Cancel that order. Not a fan of brains.
I'm gonna go to a hotel.
I don't think I've had brains.
Scrapple?
Yeah, but that's just from the head. Usually the brain is not inside of the pig head still when you get it.
Where did I have brain before?
Sammy's had brains. I guess I'm not like huge into awful stuff. Like liver, kidneys. I don't mind heart. I don't mind tongue.
I don't mind sweetbreads.
Yeah, sweetbreads are okay. We gotta get to 3 cups, guys. This is our exercise for today. We might not be using a mixer, but we're getting our workout. Are you talking about food that you really wouldn't eat, or just as like, you can do both? And 1 for Doggo. We got a cleanup crew. Waiting for anything to fall. You're not a fan of awful stuff, too. I knew you would say that. All rotten stuff. I love it, Vune. Balut, centennial eggs, that rotten fish from Iceland. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you on those things as well. You don't like pickled things. See, I don't think I could eat pickled eggs. But everything else pickled, I love. You don't like pickled stuff, Vune? This is madness. Maybe though, Vune, maybe it's the vinegar aspect that you don't like about pickles. Because like when you ferment, it's a lot different of a flavor than pickling. Have you ever had like kimchi and stuff like that? Got a notification that you last made molten chocolate lava cakes a year ago today. I'm pretty sure I remember you posting that photo in Discord, Alvin. Yeah, how has it been a year? Exactly. No, you didn't post that photo. I thought you made them not too long ago, though. I think we're rounding up to 3 cups here. You tried kimchi and stuff, and you don't like sauerkraut either. Crazy. You don't like the acidity, you think. That is fair. See, I love acidic things. That's why it's crazy to me. Ouch. That's my finger. Yeah, maybe you didn't log it. Because what, you resubbed for 10 months? 10 months, Elvin? That means you weren't even in here a year ago. So for me to say that I saw you post it, that's a lie.
You could just follow though first.
It's true. There's no blood, Nike. We're good. But yeah, just a little extra iron. We're just adding vitamins in there. So bad. Okay, where are we at? Carrot Mountain is where we have gone. Oh, yeah, I think that's more than 3 cups, guys. But I guess once we pack it down, probably won't be as much. Oh God. Get back on. Just give Doggo a huge chunk of carrot. Okay, watch out. Watch out. Takes it and runs away. She's like, you're not taking my carrot. It's literally everywhere. There's like carrot down in front here. I made a mess. Maybe we only did get the exact amount we needed. So 3 cups. Thought I overestimated. I did not. Okay, so we got our carrots. I'm gonna chop up the nuts. My hands are just slightly orange from that. So chop up our walnuts and the pineapple. You haven't done vegetable grating in a while. You contributed plenty of blood to your last scratch roasty. Oh, it's seriously the worst. Trader Joe's does $1 pre-grated potatoes. What? This is craziness. You see that knife sniff test, guys? I knew I cut something savory with it. Clean it up. We're going sweet. Okay, so chunks of pineapple. Oh, it's slippery because it was frozen. Obviously, we want a pretty even dispersal throughout the cake. So something bite-sized like that I think would be great. No seasoning, big bag. Wow. What do they put on the potatoes to keep them from going brown? Or are they just packed in water, I guess? Why are you ignoring me, my love? Oh no, you guys. They're frozen. Okay. Okay, that's fair. This makes more sense now. I thought it was like fresh grated potatoes. I was like, this is madness. Elvin, Vune says you didn't do the thing. Just do the dang thing. And he'll get off your back. Okay, last piece of pine snapple. I think this is gonna be way better than the canned crushed pineapple. Although obviously that would save time. Elvin, I don't really know what you didn't do. I'm just playing along with whatever Vune's saying. You're not actually in trouble. Oh, the yelling greeting! You didn't say it back? It's true. He didn't. Oh, Vune. I understand now. You did? Where is this? It's okay, Vune. I don't see it either. Are we blind? Oh, goodness. What happened? Okay, cleaned up. Into the nuts. We're getting nutty. Earlier on stream, we were cheesy. Now we're nutty. So, just kind of bite-sized pieces. So I can kind of pick through any little chunks like that. We don't really have to chop up, so we'll just take those out. We don't have to chop them up further, otherwise they'll just turn to dust. We want walnuts, not dust. Take it back! Oh my gosh, Vune. And it's almost time to mix, my friends. I think this is kind of the last thing that we had to prep up. So just rough chop. Obviously you can go finer if you want, but I like a good sized chunk or bite of nuts. Gives good contrast to the cake, the texture. And I think even with this amount, so 1 cup, that's going to disperse really nicely throughout the cake. Definitely no shortage here. Phew. I love this. You guys are totally an old married couple. Like, seriously? Right, Vune? It totally doesn't display on mine either. It was like scrolling through like a mad person to try and sort this out. I'm not seeing it.
I think both of you have been lawyered.
We've been lawyered. is how he starts February, hey? Better make up for it on Valentine's Day. Maybe that's all part of the plan.
Me?
Oh,
Like, what am
Elvin
I
and
doing
Vune.
now?
Yeah, I'll stop now. That is odd. Okay. So, we need to combine the eggs, oil, and sugar in our big blue bowl. And then fold in or stir in the dry ingredients and then fold in the rest of the ingredients. So the pineapple, carrot, nuts, raisins, cherries. A lot of add-ins. So eggs, oil, sugar. I have a feeling this batter is going to be thick.
What the hell is this all about? Oh, I get it. He's one of those kind of guys, huh?
What are you talking about? He's not like anyone else.
These are whisked from our dry stuff. So I'm going to whisk the eggs up first. Make sure they're nice and smooth. Remember the moon rocks? Yeah, I thought you had. They weren't moon rocks, they were reefers. Bottom of the barrel, scraped from the floor joint. What? Well, how come you thought they were moon rocks? You defo... I've done the research, and I def want to try it. Do it, Vune. Is the moon rock like a dipstick, Sammy?
No, we had a moon rock already.
We had a moon rock.
It was one that had the heat on the outside.
Keef on the outside?
Yeah.
Not on the outside of the paper, though. Just like...
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So what's a dipstick, then?
Dipstick has oil around it.
Okay, that's right. Okay, we got our eggs.
Are you guys talking about Amsterdam?
Yeah. Vune defo wants to try some moon rocks. 1 cup of vegetable oil, my peoples. And 1.5 cups of sugar. So I'm gonna measure the sugar first and then get this measuring cup wet from the oil. Sugar, sugar. Now this is gonna start to come together pretty quickly. Just a little bit of prep ahead of time. A moon rock is a flour coated in hash oil and then rolled in keef. Holy shit, Vune.
I thought so.
Death. Oh, you gotta get cooking, anchovy. You're making thin crust pizza, falafel, and some what? Sabaha? Sounds amazing. See you. Take care. Thanks for hanging out.
Later, anchovy.
One cup of oil. Whisk it up. Guys, I've never made a carrot cake with duck eggs. This is a new thing. Okay, that is nice and smooth. Now, I think we can probably whisk in this dry stuff to start. Do it in kind of 2 batches. Because I'll probably have to switch to a spatula quite quickly here. She gonna get thick. Oh goodness. Vune, you said that you booked a room, but you weren't quite sure yet if you were gonna go. Okay, I think this is where I switch, guys. You get to cook there! It's a fully equipped studio. That's amazing! Now I want to go to Amsterdam again.
You definitely have a totally different experience.
Yeah. I was so young, guys. 5 years ago. Maybe we waited too long to switch, guys. The whisk got all boned up. You really, really want to go? You should do it then. I think you deserve that. You've been working really hard. It's always good to get a break. Get away from like the norm that you're used to. Sometimes that can be like super inspiring for people. Just like go somewhere completely different for a few days. I know I definitely can relate to that. Got a travel bug of sorts. Like I always want to go somewhere new and different. Okay, see how I'm folding under? Because I knew there was going to be a little bit of flour stuck underneath. All right, so the rest of our stuff, let's do this. So 3 cups of grated carrot. And it'll be nice to be alone for a while. Yeah, some people really need that. This is gonna get real thick. So 1 cup of walnuts, a cup of pineapple chopped, and then we need half a cup each of the raisins and cherries. It's getting colorful up in here, hey guys? It's looking good. Half a cup. Try the raisins for good measure. They're good. Clearing out the dried cherries. good. There's some fruit in here. And now we fold. We want to be gentle here. We don't want to overmix because then your cake can turn out tough. Look at all that goodness in there. This is my first time making this recipe as well, guys. And then I get to compare it to my mom's. My mom makes a really good carrot cake. And she usually makes it around Easter time. But give me an excuse to make carrot cake, like National Carrot Cake Day. We will make this. There's definitely a lot of carrots. Like, this is gonna be really dense, I think. It almost looks like there's not enough batter. Okay. Nice. Nice. I guess this is kind of similar to like a zucchini loaf. Whether it's carrots or zucchini. I guess it makes it a touch healthier, right guys? Right. We'll go with that. So I'm just checking to make sure it says to not spray this. It just says line it with parchment paper. I think I might just spray the sides with some nonstick just to be sure. You could also rub some butter on the outside as well. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was loud. And then we're only going to use half of this batter for the first cake. Really? Oh goodness. She's falling apart. That wasn't supposed to happen, guys. Oh no. The bottom came out of the spring form and now I can't get the paper to stay down.
You may have to redo it.
We will not redo it. We will not. Does he even know? Okay, so half the batter going in. And what am I looking forward to most? Yeah, except meeting Elvin, obviously. That is such a hard question, Bune. I am excited about so many different things. I guess mostly just like all the different food. Obviously, pizza is my love, food-wise. So, I've never really had a traditional New York slice before, so I'm pretty excited for that. As well as the delis. I've never really had a true deli experience before. And I guess the other thing that's like really intriguing to me is the food halls. Like, that is not a thing here. So I really want to experience that. And otherwise, like, kind of exploring all of the touristy things, obviously. pretty pumped about those. I'm just gonna take, I think, a scoop out. Trying to make this as even as possible. Okay, that looks good. There's too many things to be excited for, Yoon. Like, I'm so excited to like explore Brooklyn, see Times Square. I don't really plan on doing a ton of shopping at all. But like visiting a couple museums as well. I know there's an Andy Warhol exhibit at the Whitney when we're there, so I really want to check that out. Okay, guys. Carrot cake in the pan. This is gonna bake for an hour or about that at 350 Fahrenheit. I'm gonna go with 45 minutes because I know my oven bakes hotter. And then I'm just going to check the center at that point, and if, let's say, your paring knife or a toothpick comes out clean, there's no batter stuck to it, you know that it's perfectly cooked. So this is going into the oven. We are wrapping the stream up. So thank you everyone for taking the time to spend it with us today. It means a lot to me. Not even checked out Belly yet this morning.
Hitch is on.
Hitch is on?
Yeah. It's a good place to leave him today. He's in France right now.
I might do something like Super Bowl themed. Miss Ruby. Super Bowl food, a comfy stream. How do you guys feel about that? That's where I'm gonna drop you off. Mrs. Ruby, fellow cooking streamer. We're gonna go in for the raid. And all I can say, guys, is I hope you have a wonderful day. We will be back tomorrow. We're making some lunch. On the menu, we are making an Ottolenghi cookbook recipe. So one of my favorite kind of Middle Eastern chefs, a roast chicken leg with dates, olives, and capers. I'm gonna make a really nice saffron rice to go with it. Some of this roasted squash. Oh, I had a sneeze and I scared it away. So that's tomorrow's stream, as well as decorating our carrot cake. So stay tuned for that. I will be live probably around 10 or 11 a.m. PST. You wish you could see that. Make sure I post it in Discord for you then. How does that sound? Okay, guys, take care. Thanks for all the love today. I'm gonna send you guys off to Mrs. Ruby. She's making some Super Bowl food. And happy Super Bowl Sunday to you guys if you're in America. Good luck to whatever team you're cheering for. Bye! Yeah, I'm leaving. That's it for today. We will be back tomorrow. Okay, guys, take care. Love you all.